Ever notice that the people with the deepest strength rarely raise their voices? They don't chase. They don't beg. They don't explain. Yet somehow, their silence is the loudest thing in the room. This silence is an arrogance. It's not coldness. It's not indifference. It is what Carl Jung described as the presence of an awakened soul, a person no longer reacting to the world, but radiating from within. If you ever wondered why stepping back feels uncomfortable, why silence feels like losing, why letting go feels like surrender, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand a truth that can change your entire life. When you stop chasing, you don't lose anything. You simply stop losing yourself. And before we dive in, if you want more Jung-style psychological wisdom like this, tap subscribe so you never miss these deep dives. Now, let's begin. Part 1. When you stop chasing, you finally see yourself. Stop for a moment and think. The exhaustion you feel from chasing people, is it really about them? Or is it about the image of yourself you're terrified of losing? A message left on read doesn't hurt because of the silence. It hurts because of what the silence reflects back to you. I am not enough. A person walking away doesn't break you because of the loss. It breaks you because of what your mind whispers. I must earn love. Jung believed that the ego cannot survive without a mirror. It constantly needs someone, anyone, to reflect back a sense of identity. So when someone pulls away, the ego panics. It chases. It explains. It performs. Not for love, but to preserve an image. A woman once told me she spent months chasing a man who treated her like an afterthought. The more he withdrew, the more she poured out her energy. Gifts, messages, effort, hope, until one night, she broke. Not because he left, but because she finally asked the question the ego hates. Why do I need him this badly? That question opens a door. It forces you to look inward, not outward. And for the first time, she saw the truth. She wasn't chasing him. She was chasing a version of herself she felt she couldn't live without. The worthy one, the chosen one, the validated one. Each time you chase someone, you lose a piece of yourself in their shadow. But the moment you stop, when you sit in the stillness, when you face the emptiness, something powerful begins to happen. You see your reflection for the first time. Imagine a lake disturbed by constant waves. You can't see anything, not the sky, not yourself. But the moment you stop throwing stones, the water settles, and your own reflection becomes clear. You were never unworthy. You were simply never still long enough to see who you truly are. And here's the paradox Jung loved. When you stop chasing someone, the world turns toward you, not because you wanted it, but because you became someone who no longer needs to be chosen. Anyone who watches this far is part of a rare group. If that's you, hit like so more people find this message. Part 2. When you stop begging, you reclaim your lost energy. There's something even more draining than chasing. Begging. We imagine pleading only happens through words. But the truth is we beg in many silent ways. Rereading old messages. Waiting for hours for a response. Saying it's okay when it's not. Shrinking yourself to be loved. Tolerating what your soul rejects. Each of these moments is a quiet leak. A slow drip of your personal power. Every time you beg, whether through words or emotional silence, you send your life force outward in hopes someone will return it to you. But here's Jung's warning. Where your fear is, your energy flows. If you fear abandonment, your energy flows toward control. If you fear being forgotten, your energy flows toward proving. If you fear losing someone, your energy flows toward pleasing. But energy spent in fear is never returned. A friend once experienced a painful breakup. She begged for clarity, closure, or even one final conversation. Nothing came. When she finally stopped begging, it wasn't strength, it was exhaustion. One day she turned off her phone, walked to the ocean, and simply watched the waves. And she realized something profound. No one is rejecting me. I have been rejecting myself. This is the moment many of you will face. And when you do, remember this. Begging is not love. Begging is self-abandonment. When you stop begging, something magical happens. Your energy flows back home. You feel lighter. You sleep deeper. Your smile returns. Your nervous system calms. And strangely, people notice it. The same ones who ignored you suddenly sense your shift. Some return. Some apologize. Some reach out. But by then, you don't need them anymore. Because when the energy returns to your soul, you no longer look outward for confirmation. Let me repeat this for anyone who needs it. Silence is not punishment. It is power returning to its source. If this is speaking to you, drop a yes in the comments. Your story may help someone else finally let go. Part 3. When you stop explaining, you break the chains persona. There is a third form of chasing that almost no one notices. Explaining. Have you noticed how much energy you lose trying to justify yourself? I didn't mean it like that. I'm not a bad person. Let me tell you what really happened. Please don't misunderstand me. Every explanation is a small surrender of your inner authority. Jung believed we all have something called a persona, a mask we wear to survive in society. The polite one, the competent one, the agreeable one, the always available one. But when you identify too deeply with that mask, your entire life becomes performance. And whenever someone threatens your role, you rush to explain. But here's the spiritual truth. The moment you stop explaining yourself, you stop needing permission to exist. I once knew a woman named Elisa who worked in a competitive office. She was kind, generous, always helpful. One day, she simply said no to a colleague. Suddenly, rumors started. People whispered. Her image cracked. Her instinct? Explain herself. Defend her character. Fix her reputation. But she paused and asked, what matters more, that they understand me or that I understand myself? She stayed silent. Her image healed on its own. And for the first time, she felt free. Because people may doubt your words, but they can't ignore the quiet confidence of someone who doesn't explain. When you stop explaining, you stop performing. You stop being controlled. You stop carrying other people's imaginary versions of you. You become what Jung called an integrated self. Someone whose truth speaks through presence, not justification. The person who does not explain is the person who has nothing left to prove. If you're still watching, you're the kind of person who values depth. Join this community by subscribing. Part 4. Silence is the language of the shadow. Now we reach the deepest part of this journey. When the chasing stops, when the begging ends, when the explanations fall away, what remains? Silence. To some, silence feels like emptiness. But Jung says silence is where the shadow speaks. The part of you you've avoided your entire life. In silence, you hear the voices you drowned out. Old shame, old wounds, old beliefs, old fears. You finally see the parts of yourself you try to outrun. But here's the miracle. The shadow is not there to punish you. It is there to complete you. Just like your eyes adjust in a dark forest, your soul adjusts in the darkness of silence. At first you see nothing. Then, shapes, outlines, movement, light. The same thing happens inside you. Once the fear settles, your true strengths appear. Resilience, intuition, self-respect, inner stability, self-love. In silence, you meet the version of yourself that was buried under years of noise. You realize you don't need to be chosen. You don't need to be validated. You don't need to be understood, because you are finally choosing yourself. Everyone who has walked this path knows. You don't heal by speaking. You heal by listening to the parts of you you were once afraid to hear. Finally, your silence is your power. So now you understand, when you stop chasing, you return to yourself. When you stop begging, your energy returns to you. When you stop explaining, your power returns to your soul. This is not the path of coldness, not the path of pride, not the path of detachment. It is the path of awakening. Jung said the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. You don't become that person by reacting. You become that person by returning inward. Let the world misunderstand you. Let people misjudge you. Let relationships fall away. Because what is meant for you will rise, and what is not will fall. And through it all, your silence will say everything. If this message touched you, share it with one person who needs strength today. And subscribe if you want more deep, Jung-inspired wisdom tailored exactly for you.